ready? Right.
So proud to have us here at Concord affiliated with you. It's always great to have you here.
Thank you, sir. And you know what? I think you're going to have an easier time tonight than the last time I was down. It's when the super modifieds were here, and this guy's upstairs trying to announce, and they got all those Canadian names and stuff that I can't say. And he looked at me and he said, "Can you say these things?" I said, "Well, yeah, I know these things." And he said to Mike, "Well, you go ahead and announce." There you go. I put you to work. I put you to work. Tonight, I'm going to get it a little easier for you because I brought two guys in to help me brought the imports. They're good, so they got their stuff. They're good.
They do. They are good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would right now, please rise. Gentlemen, we're going to ask if you would to please remove your hats. I want to bring in the Reverend Pat Evans to lead us in our invocation. Immediately following Miss Julie Hines will lead us in our national anthem.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the wonderful privilege of being in the body of Christ. And Lord, it's good to know that no matter who we are, what we are, we come together in one body. Just the way the opportunity we see it tonight with Northern and Southern modifieds coming together in one body to have one kind of sport and one kind of racing. Lord, it's to your glory as we pray for the safety of the drivers, the officials, and for the photographers, everyone involved down here, and for these wonderful fans that came to see it, that you would let each one of them go home safely and enjoy the night's racing. And we thank you for it in the mighty name of your Son and our Savior, Jesus the Christ. Amen, and God bless America.
Right on! Hey, check, we're all ready. Yes, you bet, we're all ready.
Welcome back into another great afternoon of racing action, or evening racing action. We've got part two going here of the North-South Shootout. That's the first annual North-South Shootout. John Boy and Billy Genuine Mountain Spring Water 100 coming up later tonight. Right now we're going to jump into our mini stocks as we head out to early racing action. Starting out on the pole is going to be the Zero machine. That's the Tucson Cigarette sponsored machine of Greg Butcher. The 23 machine of Kenny Brooks is going to be starting on the outside of the front row. Row number 2 is going to find the the number 9 machine is going to be driven tonight by Adam Beaver, the 86 tonight. That's going to be Randy Freeze. The 28 machine going to be piloted by Tim Brooks Jr. The 00 is going to be Jeff Whitley. The 31 comes out of Thomasville, North Carolina. That's going to be Michael Tucker. The 16 is a former two-time track champion, David Pinnell, out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. The 81, Melvin Tucker. Father and son in this one, as the 81 of Melvin Tucker, the father of the pair.
entry for AJ.
Archie Sanders in the number 11 machine will be rolling off next on the grid. The 15 is going to be Michael Boland. Piloting it. The 36 is going to be Tim Gordon. That's one to keep an eye on. The 74 being piloted by James White. As the field gets the one to go, they'll start bunching up 2 by 2. The 38 tonight is going to be Chris Bishop. The 24 is Archie Sanders. Larry Pierce is going to be in the 42. And the 11X will be Kevin Calkins out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Doubled up is the Dale Jarrett Ford, the undisputed price leader pace car. That Roush Mustang pulls off. The field is in tow. Greg Butcher and Kenny Brooks has the front row in tow. Adam Beaver and two-time track champion Randy Freeze. And we're ready to get underway. The lights are coming on, and this night of racing action is here. In our first race, as they dive off into turn 1, Greg Butcher is going to come out with the lead as they hit turn 2. Butcher in the 0. That mounts up the heat right now is the number 9 machine of Adam Beaver coming along. Beaver looking strong down on the inside. Brooks washes out way high. Keep your eye, though, on that 86 machine of Randy Freeze. That's a two-time champion, knows how to get it done. We've got trouble over in the back straightaway. It's the 11 machine of Archie Sanders, and that's going to bring out the caution. Archie Sanders in the number 11 right over in the dog leg. Going to bring out the caution with 1 lap in the books. Ready to go back to green flag racing. 1 lap in the books as Archie Sanders got into the wall, had problems, got him towed in. Greg Butcher is your leader. Adam Beaver is 2nd. Kenny Brooks is 3rd. Randy Freeze is 4th. Jeff Whitley in the 00 is currently rounding out your top 5. Looking for the green as they work their way out of turn 3. Looking at Smoking Randy Smith, the flagman up there. And the green flag flies. It's going to be Greg Butcher leading them off into turn 1. Adam Beaver tries to draw the beat and stay right with him. Kenny Brooks in the 23 holding his position, but here comes Randy Freeze in the 86. He's ready to go up front. He's inside of Brooks as they go into 3. Close, but no contact between the two. These are veteran racers that have raced against each other all year long. They feel very comfortable when those two cars ride with each other. Brooks gets it out of shape up in turns 1 and 2. He collects it back up, but it's going to cost him 2 positions, maybe a 3rd one as Michael Tucker closes in on his rear deck lid. Butcher still leading. Adam Beaver 2nd. Randy Freeze currently is in the 3rd spot, but Freeze is going for the lead. Freeze has got that machine hooked up. I talked about it in last night's heat races that Randy Freeze would be one to watch. Well, they've got that one motored up, and I think this is one. He was the fastest in time trials earlier, or in practice earlier today. This machine is going to be headed to the front. Greg Butcher is going to have his hands full in a minute as Randy Freeze is going to close down. He's within about 3 car lengths and closing in the dog leg as we've got 4 laps in the books. Close it now into 2, make it 1 as they go into 3. Butcher handles himself pretty good, keeps it a little bit down to the low side, and is able to come out with the position as they go off into 1. Adam Beaver holds on to 3rd. Kenny Brooks is back in the 4th spot. He and Jeff Whitley duking it out now for the 4th and 5th spots. Michael Tucker back in 6th, and A.J. Sanders currently 7th. And Archie Sanders, who brought out the first caution in that 11, is back on the track. 5 laps are in the book. 6 now make it. Here goes Freeze for the lead in between 1 and 2. Door-to-door racing. Don't think Butcher can fight him off. Freeze has got the run on the low side. He fits a perfect lap right into the middle of turn 2. And Randy Freeze has got some clean air out in front of him. I don't think you're going to be able to stop that 86 machine. The only gremlin I think can stop him tonight will be him. This car is hooked up and awesome. Butcher holding back in that 2nd spot. The teammate in that New Star Environmental Taurus that Randy Freeze is driving, his teammates back in 3rd spot as Adam Beaver drives the 9 machine. Those both are teammate cars. Only thing difference is a little bit of experience in the driver. Freeze, Butcher, and Beaver top 3. Get a little bit of battle now back in that 4th and 5th spot between Kenny Brooks and Jeff Whitley. Well, we'll correct that. A.J. Sanders just made a move down to the inside of the 00. as he tries to and does pick up the 5th spot. 9 laps in the books coming around to complete lap number 10 here in our first event of the John Boy and Billy North-South Shootout. Great lineup of flatheads, vintage modifieds, still some trucks, and of course the main event, the modifieds, will be here just a little bit later tonight. Randy Freese has got the clean air, and not only does he have a clean air, but he's got a clean racetrack right in front of him. And you give Randy Freese that combination. He's an engine builder, builds a lot of the engines for the regular weekly competitors here at Concord Motorsport Park. In fact, in many cases, he'll actually take the motor out of his car, give it to you, and he'll put another one in and run. And that's, if you want to know what kind of guy he is, he's a great straight-up guy that helps a lot of the racers. Freese continuing to set that pace. Greg Butcher is drawn back now to about 15 car lengths. And it's another 20 car lengths back to third place, that 9 machine. That's Adam Beaver. A.J. Sanders in the 24 has fought his way up into the 4th spot. And right behind him is going to be Kenny Brooks. In the 5th spot, Jeff Whitley, the 00 is 6th, and Michael Tucker in the 31, currently riding along in the 7th spot. Showing some smoke out of the 11X machine of Kevin Calkins out of Greensboro. That Williams Tool Tractor are all race cars. Machine showing some heavy, heavy smoke. He's coming into the pits, and it looks like the track is going to stay clean, so undoubtedly he wasn't putting down fluid too heavy. Also off the pace is the 31 of Michael Tucker. Tucker with problems on his machine. The mount looks like it has given up 15 laps into it. And his dad, Melvin Tucker, in the 81 has been having some problems on the racetrack. He's gone a lap down to Randy Freese. Greg Butcher still 2nd. Adam Welch down in the Adam Beaver, down there in the 3rd spot. Currently 4th is A.J. Sanders. 5th is still Kenny Brooks. Those top 5 staying the same as the laps click down, working lap 17 complete this time by for the leader. 17 complete, Randy Freese. Just a few laps away from taking it into victory lane here tonight. Freese now opened up to about a 30, well, we'll call it 25 car length lead over Greg Butcher. We'll give him a little bit more time to stretch it, because I got a feeling, and it was a feeling coming into tonight's race, that this young man, in the normal features being the points leader most of the year, they do an inverted draw. Inverted draw, he usually has to start back at 9th and 10th place and bring his way through the field. Tonight, when he got to start in that 4th spot, hey, that was just like a vacation to him. He knows what to do, and you put that car out front, it's where it just likes to run so easy. Randy Freese is making it look so easy, but it's really not that easy at this racetrack. 3 wide racing out there, and as A.J. Sanders jumps up in front of Adam Beaver, picks up the 3rd spot. Sanders out of Moxville, former regular racer here at Concord. Been traveling around to several other tracks over the last few years, coming back to a track that I'm sure that he would call a little bit home. And now 20 laps to victory lane. That's what's going to be coming up next as Randy Freese takes the win. Greg Butcher 2nd. And I believe it's going to be Adam Beaver picking up the 3rd spot, A.J. Sanders 4th, and Kenny Brooks in 5th.
Familiar face in victory lane here at Concord Motorsport Park. Randy Freese, the 86th. Check. Waiting for our race winner. He's made it onto the pit lane and is now less than 100 feet from victory lane. Randy Freese. He's made it down, let's go down track side, and Derek Pernisilio.
Well, thank you very much. Randy Freese is going to shut the engine off in this race car. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause. Tonight's main event winner, Randy Freese. Randy, on behalf of the entire staff here at the Concord Motorsport Motorsport Park. Congratulations.
I would like everybody, Tim, Doug, Adam, everybody, Chris. We had a lot of work doing this car, put it back together for history, and it worked.
Now, I can set this down to you. 14 wins this season. 13 of them are points races. 14 wins, though. You won tonight. That makes it 14 for the entire career. 15? Then I'm wrong. You're right. 15 wins. How does that sound? It sounds even better.
Oh, yeah, I love it. You know, you don't ever get tired of winning. And when you can, just, you know, like that, you ride it as long as you can ride it, because it ain't gonna last forever. It's a lot of fun.
And I see you got some signage on the car. I know there's some sponsors you want to thank.
Yeah, BCR, Billy Cameron, he supplies us all the Mustang cars, Sun Drop, and like to thank North South Shootout for putting this on, and John Boy Billy. Fast Flow River.
That's all right. You get all the sponsors. How about it tonight? He walks away with 15 main event wins this season. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Randy Freeze.
The Vintage Modifieds getting set to go for their main event. Some 20 cars looking to take the green flag here. Pace car leading them onto the back straightaway. Looking for the start. Car number 1, Jeff Tate, up toward the front. The 69, Junior Miller. Miller in the race later tonight does not come up to speed here. We go underway. The 16, Rodney Cook, leads them into turn number 1 for the first time. Junior Miller losing a few positions before coming up to speed as the yellow flag quickly going to be followed. Caution is out. Having a tough time getting this one underway. No laps complete because of Junior Miller not coming up to speed on the initial start. We'll re-rack them and try it again here in a Vintage Modified feature.
So good program, the SOS Save Our Students program.
Junior Miller, car 69, going to have another shot at it here. The 16, Rodney Cook, outside of the front row, looking for the start. Miller not coming up to speed the first time around. We'll see what happens here. Take 2. Looks much better than the initial start. Miller side by side into the first corner with Rodney Cook. Wayne Powell among the leaders as well in car number 5 as they hit turn 3 for the first time. Junior Miller trying to take the top spot. The 16 going to lead lap 1 for Rodney Cook. Vintage Modified racing at its best. Couple of lead changes already. 16, Rodney Cook goes to the head of the class. Miller falls in the line in second as they come back off the corner to complete another lap. 64 riding in third, Daryl Lax. Having a solid run. Top 3 have broken away from the rest of the field as they come back off the corner. One car going to go a lap down already. That's a 00. Wayne Smith. Smith to go a lap down. 16, Rodney Cook shows the way. Miller in the second spot. That's all that separates them. 5 car lengths off of turn 3 down to complete lap 4. The Vintage Modified feature event here at Concord Motorsport Park. One of the lead-ins to tonight's North-South Shootout. There's the 01. Running mid-pack right now for George Brockman. Brockman leading the second group through turn number 2 and onto the back straightaway. 97, Ralph Mason, goes by the name of Cotton. Also in and among that battle. As they go 2 wide into the corner, the 01 holding pace right now, George Brockman. That second pack followed by Ralph Cotton Mason in the 97. Race leaders working their way off the corner now through lap traffic, continuing to be led by Rodney Cook. Cook able to hold off Junior Miller and putting a lap on George Brockman in the 01. Brockman moving high and out of the race leader's way as they close in nose to tail back to the stripe. Rodney Cook in the 16, Junior Miller in the 69. Into the short chute now between turns 2 and 3. Just 3 turns here at Concord Motorsport Park. And a little contact made by the race leaders. 16 gonna slide up and out of the groove. Rodney Cook and Junior Miller makes the pass in turn 1. Miller now gonna have to hold off the challenge of Rodney Cook. A great race at the front of the field. Off turn 3, back to the line, halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go in this 20-lap main event for the Vintage Modified. We go back to yesteryear here at Concord Motorsport Park. Junior Miller shows the way, a longtime modified veteran. Popular with the fans. Everyone around here loves him. Rodney Cook in the second spot, and the top 2 have really opened it up quite a bit. Back to that third place contender. Almost an entire straightaway, in fact, back to Ralph Cotton Mason in the 97. The leaders once again work off the corner. Lap traffic ahead of them. It includes the 14, John Betts. John Betts moves out of the race leader's way. He'll move high, leaders down low through turn number 3, off the banking of the corner and onto the main straightaway. The 5, Wayne Powell off the pace here. Going into turn number 1. Looks like that car is going to call it a night. Moving into the infield. Race leader into turn at number 3. Off turn 3, back to the start-finish line. The 69, Junior Miller. The 16, Rodney Cook. 1-2, nose to tail. More lap traffic, side by side. Ahead of them, they'll split the difference in turn number 3. And trouble, leader goes around. Leader goes around. That was Junior Miller, caught up in lap traffic. The 41 was the culprit there for Roy Berry. Sent the 69 around. Berry's got right front damage, the tire down, an obvious smoke trail from the 69, Junior Miller. And he may, we'll see if he heads to the pits or if he stays out on the speedway to complete this one. Black flag being shown by the starter to Junior Miller. He'll have to take it in with just 5 laps to go in the Vintage Modified feature. Miller behind the wall. Dale Jarrett Ford, the official pace car provider here at Concord Motorsport Park, the undisputed pace leader. A car prepared by Jack Roush and his gang up the road here in Charlotte as we get set to go back under green. Final 5 laps of the Vintage Modified feature. We go back underway, and it's going to be the 16, Rodney Cook, to show the way. Darrell Lax runs next in line in the second spot. And I don't know if anybody's going to have anything for the 16 of Rodney Cook other than Junior Miller, who was involved in the incident that brought the caution out a few moments ago. As the 16 is really checked out for Rodney Cook. Great racing further back. You got Ken Facette there. Car number 7 trying to gain ground. Also the 1, that is Jeff Tate. Tate side by side with Ralph Cotton Mason in the 97. They're double wide. The X7, Mac Tatum. Tatum slides up high and allows faster cars room on the bottom. You got Ralph Cotton Mason there trying to gain ground on Tate in the 1 as the leader back to the front stretch and just 2 laps to go. Rodney Cook looking for the win here. Darrell Axe in the 2nd spot. 00, Wayne Smith being overhauled by the race leader, Rodney Cook, off turn 3. White flags up, 1 lap to go for the 16. Cook has an entire straightaway between himself and Darrell Axe in the 2nd spot, car 64. Nice and easy onto the short chute for Rodney Cook in the 16. Off turn number 3, checkered flags up, and the vintage modified feature winner, the number 16, Rodney Cook, to take the 20-lap checkered flag here tonight as the back half of the field comes under the checkered flag. A dominating performance by Rodney Cook, the winner, and the vintage modified feature, part of the first annual John Boy and Billy North-South Shootout for the Modifieds.
Getting ready for the vintage sportsmen. They're out on the speedway right now. Definitely a throwback to some of the racing of the earlier years. And starting on the pole, he drives the number 14. That'll be Van Oakley. Alongside for the ride in the 07 will be Sam Fawcett. Then it's the number 77 to roll off third on the inside for Matt Fawcett. So it's a family affair at the front of the speedway. And the number 21 in the 4th position, that's Tim Nichols. 5th spot is the number 2 tonight, being driven by, still waiting to get a name. I think that is Jim Jordan or Joshua Jordan in the number 2, followed by the number 21 tonight of Tim Nicholson, we said that, and then the 27 of Bruce Burgess. The 90 will roll off next of Ricky Smith. Right behind the 90, it's the 550 of Joe Evans. Then it's the number 17 of Larry Fowler. And rounding out the field, the number 64 of Providence, North Carolina's Steve Miller. Steve Miller will round out the field in that 1964 Ford Galaxy. Big block engines underneath the hood, 427 cubic inches, 427 cubic inches. That's quite the displacement for these race cars, which are definitely like another era gone by. These cars used to be the NASCAR Sportsman, the predecessors to the Busch Series that races today. Getting ready and set to go with the 14 of Van Oakley, the point man on the pole. This 07 alongside for the ride of Sam Fawcett. 57 and 55 Chevys on the front row. Coming down the front straightaway, green flag flies from Smokin' Randy Smith. We are underway with the number 14 leading the charge. That's Van Oakley. Van Oakley leads it off the corner. The J2 gets loose just a little bit, loses some valuable ground, but there we see a battle heating up. The number 90 of Ricky Smith gets past the 15 of Perry Oakley, puts that driver one position behind him. Cars race down into turn number 3, second, third, and fourth, battling it out. That's Fawcett. Then it's the number 77 of Matt Fawcett moving into that second spot. So the son passes the father. Right behind him, it's the number 21 of Tim Nicholson in that yellow Chevrolet, followed by Bruce Burgess in the number 27. Number 77 in your picture, that's Matt Fawcett. Matt Fawcett doing a fine job piloting that race car down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. You can see it pushed just a little bit off the corner. These cars a whole lot heavier than the ground-pounding modifieds that are here tonight. Probably about 1,000 pounds heavier from the cars that are the headlining division, the North-South modifieds, here tonight for the North-South Shootout, presented by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer and John Boy and Billy Genuine Mountain Spring Water. And now your leader looks like he's in some of the lap traffic. The number 14 of Van Oakley gets past the 90 of Ricky Smith with ease, getting past the 15 of Perry Oakley as well. So Van Oakley definitely putting on a clinic out there, leading the charge into turn number 1. Just a reminder to you folks, tonight's racing has been brought to you by John Boy and Billy Genuine Mountain Spring Water, of course Pabst Blue Ribbon, and Sagebrush Steakhouse. They've come along with the first annual North-South Shootout, and it has become a successful event indeed over the past 2 days here on this fine November weekend in Concord, North Carolina. Watching some of the combatants as they come off turn number 3. Here comes your leader off the corner down the front straightaway. It continues to be the number 14 of Van Oakley. A good tight shot of that driver who pilots that yellow Chevrolet. It looks like a 1957 Chevy down the back straightaway. You can hear the roar of these big throaty 427 V8s as they come storming past us on the front chute. Oakley now into some of the lap traffic. He's got the J2 and the 17 right in front of him. The 17 had to be push started before the start of this race. That's Larry Fowler from Greenville, South Carolina. The Bain Enterprises entry going one lap down to your leader, Van Oakley, in the number 14. Second spot still held by the 77 of Matt Fawcett. Then in third spot, it's the 07 of Sam Fawcett, his father. A good fight for position at the front
front of the field. That's for the lead right there. Matt Fawcett looking underneath Oakley in turn number 2. Losing a piece off of one of those race cars. Matt Fawcett trying the high line in turn number 3 right now. They've got the back marker of the J2 in front of them. They come down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Matt Fawcett trying to use some of the slow traffic as a pick. It's a good fight at the front of the field. Door to door, these vintage race cars are going side by side. Matt Fawcett now held up by the slower traffic as he now falls back into that second position. Tough break for Matt Fawcett. Almost had the move made around the J2. But some of the slower traffic did get in front of him, held him up for just a second, and that allowed the 14 of Van Oakley to squeak right on by and retain the lead here at the Concord Motorsport Park for the North-South Shootout. 14 laps are down. They hit the stripe this time by. There's going to be 5 more laps to go as you look at the 07 of Sam Fawcett. Sam Fawcett speeding down the back straightaway into turn number 3 with some lap traffic in front of him. Sam Fawcett gets past the number 15 of Perry Oakley with ease, battling for positions with that number J2 that's out there. Here come your leaders down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. Matt Fawcett continuing to give chase to the number 14 of Van Oakley. Van Oakley led from the drop of the green. He started on the pole as we see a little bit of bumper tag going on out there with the 07 of Sam Fawcett and the J2. Both of those drivers go down the back straightaway. Sam Fawcett now big dive to the bottom of turn number 3. Some of the cars deeper in the field racing into turn number 1. That's the number 9 of Brian Fowler. He's chasing the number 15 of Perry Oakley as the lap traffic, as now they are lap traffic. Bruce Burgess also in the way in that number 27. Here come the leaders, the orange and white cars, the yellow and white cars, I should say, the 14 of Oakley and the 77 of Matt Fawcett. Matt Fawcett looks to get underneath him in turn number 2. Now he's going to get past and get the lead going down the back straightaway. They go into turn number 3, and your new leader is the number 77 of Matt Fawcett. He's going to take down the win with a last lap pass here tonight in the North-South Shootout at Concord. So when it was all said and done, if you're going to make a pass, it might as well be on the last lap. And that's exactly what Matt Fawcett did. He made the move in turn number 2 to get past the number 14 of Van Oakley and come back around to the line and lead the ever-important final lap.
Here comes, ladies and gentlemen, the last lap pass. Got him right up there. All these safety apparatus got him all hung out. Good roll, man. Last lap pass is the way to do it. I'm going to tell you what, I was trying my best. I told my daddy I was trying to blow this motor up and get by. That was the hardest race I've ever run. I really appreciate what y'all done here and giving us a chance to race. I love this track. I told them once I got out that this is the best track I've ever run on in my life. I love it. Take me back those last 3 laps. I didn't think I was going to catch it, but I could tell he had a little bit more power than me down the straightaway. I knew if I could get the lap track, I could probably get around him, and that's all I was hoping for. We finally hit it. That's all I needed. You got it done. You got it done in the right way. I appreciate it. Thank y'all very much. Congratulations on a great run. Thank y'all again.
Well, here they are on the Speedway for their main event. The vintage flathead modifieds. These race cars are definitely a throwback. Even further, throwing back into our early decades of modified racing. These cars utilizing flathead V8 engines in 1940s and 1930s style Chevrolet and Ford coupes. Getting ready to come down the front straightaway. They're going to wind the engines up, these old Ford flatheads. And we are underway going into turn number 1. It's the number 12 sliding just a little bit. 53 right behind him with a little bit of damage on it last night. The car was involved in a practice crash here at the Concord Motorsport Park. Good to be able to see the driver, the number 53, make it back out, able to repair that machine, and now runs in the second spot. The 12 continues to lead here with the 53 running in second, and it's the number 6 in the third spot. We do want to thank everyone for coming out here and showing their support for the North-South Shootout this weekend here at the Concord Motorsport Park. Want to thank a special thank you to John Boy and Billy, Genuine Mountain Spring Water, as well as Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer and Sagebrush Steakhouse. They all came on board to make this such a great event and a fun weekend for everyone here in the North Carolina area. Number 5 in your monitor coming down the front straightaway. You can see how that car just weebles and bobbles just a little bit. Very heavy race car, very top heavy. And they still utilize that old flathead V8 engine. If you want to know what a flathead is, well, it's kind of different than what the conventional cylinder heads on a race car are. When they say flathead, that's what they're talking about, the cylinder heads. The flathead engines are just a flat plate that goes over the combustion chamber of the engine. There are no valves, there are no valve springs in the heads, and it all is inside the engine block itself, unlike the V8 engines that race today, which have valves inside the heads, moving rocker arms, and valve springs. One car pulls off down on the inside. That's the number 85. Tough break for him as we watch some of the leaders coming through the lap traffic. The 53 makes it past. The 19 going into turn 3. You can see these cars, how big and heavy they were. Just push up the track like they did so many years ago when they raced here and the many tracks around the area in the North Carolina region. 53 in your monitor. You can see the damage and the duct tape on the back end of that race car. Tough break for that driver yesterday. Got involved in a little bit of a melee. Ended up spinning into the outside retaining wall, dented up the back end of that car. You can see some of the damage on the back of that race car. Tough break for him, but he continues to run in the second spot.
Just under a minute for the 1.5 hour. The truth of next,
Truck Division is up next. Doug Smith is going to be on the mic. He's going to join us in just about 10 laps as we've reached the halfway point here in this 20-lap vintage flathead modified race that finds the 12 out in front. You can check out the Concord Motorsport Park sport trucks that are going to be out here, the pro trucks, I'm sorry. And Doug Smith will be on the mic in just a moment to call all of the racing action. Still got the leader leading the way, the gray number 12, as he charges into turn number 2, has led since the drop of the green, sat on the pole, and so far has never looked back. The 53 runs in that second spot. You can see a nice tight shot of that gray number 12, primed gray, coming down the front straightaway, chasing some of the back markers into turn number 1. Some lap cars out there, and they just hold up the leader just a little bit. He's going to sneak on past the number 15. As in just another 2 laps, you are going to see the 5-lap signal come out from your starter, Smokin' Randy Smith. The black flag is being unfurled for one driver out there, getting ready to see whose number gets posted up on the board. Don't know who's getting black flagged out there as of yet, but we will be sure to find out for you. As here comes the 16 down the front straightaway, another car that is running in mid-pack right now, threatening to go a lap down. But the next time by, when your leader in the number 12 hits the stripe, there is going to be only 5 more laps to go. 5 more laps to go for these vintage flathead modifieds that have not raced in competition for about a good 30 years. Some of these race cars indigenous to the Carolina area, possibly Virginia, where some of the modified racing was run in the early days. North Carolina now becoming a hotbed of late model stock racing competition, as the modifieds are now the new open attraction here this weekend at the Concord Motorsport Park. And we brought out modifieds from all eras, from the 70s, from the 60s, from the 50s, and even the 40s, as these flathead V8 vintage modifieds race around the Speedway for their final race of the weekend. 17 laps now going up on the board for the number 12 as he runs down into turn number 1. We do want to remind you that the racing this weekend has been brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, John Boy and Billy, Genuine Mountain Spring Water, and of course, Sagebrush Steakhouse. All of the events this weekend have been put on by CNC Racing Promotions. Charles Kepley and the entire gang at CNC Racing Promotions putting together a fine weekend of North-South modified racing. White flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. Just one more lap around the park for the number 12. We're going to follow him around, but the number 15 has seemed to close up some ground in the waning stages of this race. We had a last lap pass one race ago for the race win. We're going to see if it happens one more time. I don't think it's going to happen, as the 53 is pushing hard as he can, but it's not going to matter as the 12 takes down the win here tonight at Concord. A little bit of a bumper tag for him as he crosses the line. The 53 comes home in the second spot, followed by the number 6. Then it's the 5 and the 16 to round out your top 5.
So it's going to be Johnny Gregory in car number 12, taking a checkered flag on his cross into the main grandstand area.
Our truck's getting ready to take to the track at all in part of our John Boy and Billy Mountain Spring Water North-South Shootout here at Concord Motorsport Park. Larry Jordan be starting the 22 truck on the front row. Kurt Hansen in the 24 will be outside of him out of Concord in the LifeStinksWithoutACar.com. Interesting sponsor that we have there. Rolling off in the third spot is going to be Kurt Britt in the Ace Hardware, Ace Paint Machine. We're looking for the green as they come down. And we got a green flag, and Larry Jordan jumps out to the early lead. But I believe we're going to see some caution come out. I don't think the officials may have liked the start that took place. So the caution is going to come out. Going to be a complete double file restart for our competitors. The 22 on the front row is Larry Jordan out of Brazelton, Georgia, the Larry Jordan electric machine. Kurt Hansen, one of the sponsors in the LifeStinksWithoutACar.com machine. The green flag is out. We're up through the gearbox and heading off into turn 1. It's going to be Larry Jordan sticking his nose up in at first. Kurt Britt in the 38 machine. He is currently riding in the second. Now Britt wants to take a look at the lead. Awful close to some contact. Britt's got to back out of it. They're going to have to, caution is out, and we got a truck. Todd Bradbury all the way over in near the scoreboard Bradbury, they had a transmission problem yesterday, got it ironed out, and it looks like problems again on the Todd Bradbury machine, all the way from California to compete here at the North-South Shootout. It looks like Bradbury may have just backed into the record. Well, twice we tried to get a lap in. Let's see if 3 times is the charm. The Dale Jarrett Ford Roush Mustang pace car pulls off. That undisputed price leader. And it's going to be Larry Jordan leading them down. Kurt Hansen on the outside. And we look for green flag, and we're racing. This time Hansen got a little bit better jump. Hansen's going to come out with the lead, and Larry Jordan is going to be in the chase position. But Kurt Britt in that 38 machine locked right up here with him. Top 3 making a move down the front straightaway. Hansen continuing to set the torrid pace. Early on, Brian Zacharias now and Mike Faree looping it out, and we got another caution.
Caution out for debris.
Debris on the track is what we get the report. Debris up in turn 3, the entrance of turn 3. They're going to have to get that picked up. It looks like we're under caution again. At least we did get 1 lap in, so it looks like we'll have a single file restart when we come back. Well, the Dale Jarrett Ford Mustang getting ready to pull off the track there. As our field picks up, we've got Kurt Hansen setting the pace. Larry Jordan second. Riding along in that 3rd spot is going to be Kurt Britt, Brian Zacharias in the 43, and Mike Faree in the 27. We've got 1 lap in the record books as we look to go green this time by. Kurt Hansen's going to lead him down into the box, going to nail the throttle, and they're going to come up through and head off in, sailing into turn 1. Hansen's going to take it down to the low side. Jordan now's got some, took a look on the peak down to the inside. Now he's got a shot at it. And Jordan, who got 2 good jumps to start with, got back up front, and he is your leader. Hansen having problems now. He's gone all the way back from the point. He's now in 5th and maybe drifting back a little more. No, it looks like he's going to pick it back up when he gets into the 5th spot. Kurt Hansen taking a drop back. Larry Jordan setting the pace. Kurt Britt now closing in on 2nd. Mike Faree, who struck the wall in the warm-up laps and had to make a few repairs to that machine. He's currently riding 3rd. Mike Faree in that 3rd spot. And it looks like in between turns, turn 1, the competitor's starting to do a little bit of sliding. That's going to play a little bit interesting here as the temperature starts to drop and do a little changing here at CMP. Larry Jordan, it looks like he feels like he's been racing here all the time. He comes from Brazelton, Georgia. Kurt Britt, also out of Georgia. These 2 competitors act like they have raced here on many occasions beforehand, and like one of the veterans would. 6 laps are in the books. It doesn't take them long once they get going to kind of sort the field out just a little bit. Well, I see the coolest truck that's out here, the Mullets Rocks 09 sitting on pit road. Scott Riggleman out of Howe, New Jersey, having problems on that machine. Talked earlier in the day how the problems that they were having trying to keep that machine together. It looks like it's going to be a very, very long night. Boy, the battle is heating up front as Britt kind of turned Jordan loose, kind of got under him on the front straight, kind of sent him down, took a peek, but let him straighten it up. I've got a feeling these 2 competitors have raced each other before, because the way they are going, they're able to handle themselves around each other, be comfortable, but yet be a little bit, let's say, reckless abandonment may be the word to use right now. Britt's going to give a little love tap to Jordan. I mean, he is locked dead in on the tailgate of that machine, gives him a little push out the side, and it's going to be Britt taking over the lead. Kurt Britt takes over the lead from Larry Jordan, and he not only takes the lead, but he's starting to drive away from him. So he was holding him up, and that may have been, that's the driver's prerogative, to use that little tap use the chrome horn to let you know I'm back here and I'm ready to go. The battle now for second and third. Larry Jordan's getting some heat from Mike Faree. Faree in that 27 is less than a car length back, or truck length back. Boy, it's going to cost me $1 each time I use the word car instead of truck, I suppose. But the truck of Mike Faree now starting to close in as they work out of turn 3. But I don't think Faree's got anything for him. Right now, Jordan has it hooked up. The one to really give the call to is Kurt Britt. He is in that 38 machine, the Ace Hardware sponsored machine. He is able to about drive that truck where he wants to. Got plenty of motor underneath it. He is definitely the class of the field right now with 13 laps in the books. Time's going to run out. Faree's going to make a quick dive down to the inside. He's got the second spot. Mike Faree driving, the C&M Trucking KT engine development machine. He is definitely having one of his better runs. A former regular competitor, now kind of a part-time competitor here at Concord. Larry Jordan showing a little bit of smoke, could be a little bit of tire smoke. Jordan trying to draw Faree, can't do it. Britt is just walking away from the field. He's in another time zone at the moment. Soon to check out into another zip code if they're not careful. Mike Faree trying to run him down but can't do it. Faree takes it way low inside the yellow line. Got himself a little bit loose, able to hold off Larry Jordan. This is the battle for second and third. If you tell, and the caution's going to come out. Looks like we got caution on the racetrack somewhere. Can't tell if it's debris or what. But wow, that is an awesome run so far. It looks like the 57 of Steve Halpin has spun up close to the wall on the exit of turn 3 in that XL Motorsports machine. He just looks like he's lost a right front fender. Getting ready to get back 15 of the scheduled 50 laps in the books. Kurt Britt, your leader in that 38 machine. Mike Faree in the second. Larry Jordan in the 22 machine is third. Brian Zacharias in the 43, currently fourth. And the 9 machine is Ken Kellis in the 5th spot. On the restart, Mike Faree did not come up and go. Faree has got a problem on it after running so good. The 27 may be finding pit road very shortly. Mike Faree well off that pace. Oh, tough break for the local guy. Britt, Jordan, Zacharias, Ken Kellis, and Kurt Hansen, the outside pole sitter today, or tonight. He's currently riding at your top 5 positions at lap 17. Kurt Britt, Larry Jordan, they're kind of trying to get out in the zip code of their own. Jordan's going to try to run Britt down. Both of those Georgia boys. What looked like Britt was going to be in the dominating pace. And Britt's coming off. Britt is off the pace. Your leader is off the pace. Kurt Britt is, Kurt Britt bringing it into the pits. That Ace Hardware machine having problems. Larry Jordan has just inherited the lead again. This time, he has a 20 truck length lead. Now the question's going to be, there's a hot rod back there in the 33 named Roger Lee Newton. He's a former track champion here at Concord Motorsport Park. He's currently riding in the third. Oh, we got one spun around. And it looks like Kurt Hansen may have gotten into the 9 of Ken Kellis and sent him around up into the wall. Kurt Hansen in the LifeStinksWithoutACar.com machine looks like had contact with Ken Kellis and sent him into the wall, and he's got some damage on that. Larry Jordan first had the lead early on, lost it through 2 restarts that we had to do. Got himself back up front, finds himself as other competitors have experienced some problems. He has inherited the lead back. We look for the restart here on lap 20. The 25 truck of Buck Perry, I think that may be, they may see a black flag on him. He He is not your leader. In fact, he is several laps down. Larry Jordan is your leader. And Jordan, the black flag does come out for that 25 of Buck Perry. He's going to have to make a visit to pit road. Roger Lee Newton trying to get loose, and everybody is going to get around that 25 of Buck Perry. Larry Jordan is still your leader. Steve Hoffman showing a little bit of smoke in the 57. Right in front of the leaders. Roger Lee Newton is second. Brian Zacharias. Oh, we've got one smoking bad. Steve Hoffman has just put out the... He's fogging for mosquitoes, but he doesn't realize it's not hot enough for the mosquitoes right now. He has laid a ton of smoke over at the entrance to pit road. But if that thing's not on fire, it's not because it didn't try hard to. 23 coming around to complete lap number 24. Larry Jordan is your leader. We should see the cross flags from Smokin' or Randy Smith coming up next time by for your leader, Larry Jordan. Cross flags are in the air. 25 down, 25 laps to go. Larry Jordan, Roger Lee Newton run 1-2. Kurt Zacharias back in there. Brian Zacharias in that third spot. Kurt Hansen currently fourth in the 24. And Mike Faree in that 27's fought his way back up into the fifth spot. Boy, he had a hot rod going early on, but he's experienced a little bit of problems with it. He's able to keep that low line and keep it rolling, though. Your leaders, that's going to be an interesting race. It's a 24, make it a 23 lap shootout as 27 laps are in the books. Roger Lee Newton is a former champion here at CMP. I just wonder if he's got enough truck underneath him. He's kind of been driving a split schedule this year, not real active as he has been in the past for the youngster. But he looks real good in the truck. The matter is, can he hold it together for another few laps? It's going to be kind of interesting. I think he's definitely got the truck that could go to victory lane. It's just a matter, is he going to use it all up before he gets there? Larry Jordan is still the class of the field right now. Roger Lee Newton rides in the second spot. Kurt Hansen has moved up to third. Mike Faree is up to fourth. And Brian Zacharias is currently fifth. Leaders are already getting around the number 2 of Mike Boss. He's gone a lap down. Buck Perry is going to go another lap down. He's going to be the next one that the leaders are going to be coming up behind. 30 laps in the books. Carl Kellis in the 16 putting out a little bit of smoke too. Buck Perry just kind of pulls her to the high side. Lets everybody go, trying to get down to the low. Going to bring it into the pits again. And we got caution. And we got a spinner. It's going to be down in turn 3. The 9 machine of Ken Kellis out of Salisbury in the Fireside Health and Home Addit Incorporated machine sitting up against the wall. Not a good place to be. 31 laps in the books of our scheduled 50. Doesn't look like a whole lot of cleanup, so we should have a quick caution. We'll go back to racing. 31 of the laps are in the books of the scheduled 50. We've got 19 more laps. Who's going to be able to tiptoe around here the easiest is going to be Larry Jordan in that 22 machine. Will it be Roger Lee Newton in the 33? How about Kurt Hansen in the LifeStinksWithoutACar.com? Currently riding in the third spot. Dropping a green. Boy, they're wild coming across through there. That's why they call it a north-south shootout. I mean, this is a shootout. Right now, it's Larry Jordan with the lead coming around to complete lap number 32. Roger Lee Newton, who happens to drive the 33 machine, he is in that chase position. Now the question is, the number's going to fall into play. I think probably with some of the oil dry that is down on the track, that's probably going to slow the 33 up for just a little bit. On the move is also that 43 machine of Brian Zacharias. He's up to third. Hansen's going to drop back to fourth. Jordan still strong, but Roger Lee Newton able to draw a beat. He's now 2.5 truck lengths behind the leader as they work their way over into 3. Still yet to come, the big 100-lap modified race. John Boy and Billy, Mountain Spring Water, and Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer presenting our modified 100-lapper tonight. $5,000 going to the winner. A lot of aspirations out on the racetrack right now to move up into another division. Could very well be. There could be a modified driver or two that's sitting out there. Right now, it's Larry Jordan setting the pace. Roger Lee Newton has closed it down within a truck length. With 15 laps to go, going to be 14 this time by. 14 laps remaining in this pro truck race. All part of our North-South Shootout, the first annual North-South Shootout. Had problems on the 60 machine of Michael Hagler out of Mooresville as he pulls it down pit road. But the lead, it looks like right now, it is a two-truck shootout. Roger Lee Newton drawing the beat. Got a feeling the 33 may be a little faster than the 22 right now, but Jordan's in front. That's going to slow the 33 up and make him have to work just a little bit harder. And Jordan is using every advantage that he can. He has got a miracle of the 33 of Roger Lee Newton. Newton going to look down to the inside. Now, they've got a slower car in Buck Perry in the 25 machine. They're going to have to negotiate around it. Perry's going to pull down to the inside, let the leaders go. Newton's still trying to keep it close. Now it's Newton with a clean racetrack. Can he run the leader down? And we got it close. Going to be Zacharias in that 43 machine. Brian Zacharias gets turned around and gets plowed by the 9 of King Kellis. And that's going to bring out yet another caution with 11 laps to go. And Zacharias, I don't think, is a real happy camper right now. Zacharias not happy with the 27 of Mike Faree. That looked like where his anger was shown, as if maybe there had been a little bit of contact between Faree and Zacharias a little bit earlier. Well, we've just gotten word because of the time limit, they are going to go into a green-white checker finish, so it's Larry Jordan with the leader. It's a green-white checker finish. Kurt Hansen is currently riding along second. Mike Faree is third, and Roger Lee Newton is currently in the fourth spot. A green-white checker finish. The green is out. They're going to come to the white this time. Larry Jordan holding off Kurt Hansen. Mike Faree on the move. Roger Lee Newton on the move. Newton trying to get all the way back from the 7th on the racetrack. He's currently riding 4th because of the lap vehicles. The white flag is out one more time around. Lap 41 is going to be the magic number. Who's it going to be? I tell you, the 22 of Larry Jordan out of Brazelton, Georgia is going to take it into victory lane. Kurt Hansen's going to come across the line in second. Roger Lee Newton will finish third. Mike Faree will come across the line in fourth. And the action continues right here on Channel One Video. And we'll be back with the modified race on Channel One Video coming up next.
The main event here this weekend, the 100-lap North-South Shootout.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, crawling out of the truck after some grueling laps. Larry Jordan in the number 22. Larry, come on over here. On behalf of the entire staff and management here at the Concord, congratulate you on North-South Shootout weekend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody here. I want to thank my pit crew. I want to thank my line. Kurt Fritz, number 38, Ace Hardware, made it possible for me to be here tonight. I could not have done it without Kurt Fritz. He's the one that put me in the front. I want to give a lot of thanks
Pabst Blue Ribbon presents the South's biggest modified race, the North-South First Annual Shootout. On the pole, Donnie Leah. Right alongside will be John Blewett III. Then back in that second row, Todd Zegedy and Fred Voitemeyer. And then another strong row back in that third row, car number 79 for Eddie Flemke Jr. And from the south, Jay Foley. Looking through the lineup here, of course, Ted Christopher will roll off from the 7th position, right alongside Jay Hedgecock. Then in the 9th position, it's Jimmy Blewett, Nevin George, Tim Brown, Jerry Marquis, just to name a few that are here this weekend for the South's biggest modified race, North-South's first annual shootout. As we're just about to get the green flag, the fans are packed here at Concord Motorsport Park. The fans are on their feet as they will see Donnie Leah and John Blewett bring them down for the green flag off turn number 3. The green flag is in the air and we are underway. John Blewett trying to work the outside through. He will take that position away in the dog leg. Donnie Leah falls now back into second. Here they come off turn number 3 to lead lap number 1. It's car number 77 for John Blewett III. Donnie Leah is second. Then it's Todd Zegedy and Eddie Flemke Jr. Then it is Fred Voitemeyer. Actually, Fred Voitemeyer is in that third position. And then it is Eddie Flemke Jr. with car number 79. Of course, Eddie Flemke Jr. a regular on the NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series. And then, of course, right behind Flemke's car number 13 is Ted Christopher. Back up front, here comes John Blewett to lead him across the stripe. Donnie Leah, who won a race earlier this year at the Riverhead Raceway on the NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series, continues to follow in the tire tracks of John Blewett. Here they come, nose to tail off turn number 3. Nobody giving an inch. You know, John Blewett, he certainly had a very strong season on the NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series. Finished in the top 5 in the point standings. Here's another battle. Jerry Marquis is in that mix with car number 3. Of course, Jerry Marquis is a 2000 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion. And right now, he is working over car number 0 of Nevin George. Now here's a battle of the teammates. Eddie Flemke Jr. in car number 79 down to the inside. He will pass his teammate, which is Fred Voitemeyer. So give that position to Eddie Flemke Jr., the Southington, Connecticut driver. Right now, Teddy Christopher being very patient in the Mystique Motorsports car number 13 as he's trying to find a way around Eddie Flemke Jr. He's taking a peek out to the inside. He's also looked to the outside, but right now he is content in following in the tire tracks of Eddie Flemke Jr. Once again, that battle continues as now there's a problem as the caution comes out. So the first caution of the evening comes out, and the cars involved, car number 12 of Bo Gunning, as he will pull away under his own power. And the other car that is involved, as you can see, he's trying to get that machine fired back up. Just about ready to put this one back under green here at Concord Motorsport Park. This time, the roles are reversed. This time, John Blewett III will be to the inside. Donnie Leah will be to the outside. Here they come, anticipating the green. The green flag is back up in the air. We're back underway. It'll be the yellow machine of John Blewett III in the Mastro Batista Pontiac that will lead the way through. Here they come now off of turn number 3. It's John Blewett showing the way. Donnie Leah is second. But here comes Ted Christopher in the Mystique Motorsports entry to the outside of Eddie Flemke Jr. The two will battle. The Southington, Connecticut driver against the Plainville, Connecticut driver, battling for the third spot off of turn number 3. The best seat in the house is the Haynes Materials Ford of Todd Zegedy. He's watching that battle going on. Eddie Flemke Jr. now secures at third position for the time being. Back across the stripe, John Blue, car number 77, continues to show strength in his Pontiac. Donnie Leah is in the second position. Eddie Fletke is third. Teddy Christopher runs there in the fourth position. And then in fifth, Todd Beckett. Here comes Christopher one more time now, stepping out of line, trying to use the inside groove. He's been trying that inside groove through the dog leg, but so far that move has not paid off, at least as of yet. Eddie Fletke Jr. now will chase down our driver who's in the second position. That is Donnie Leah. Donnie Leah captured the pole position here this weekend for the big North South Shootout. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, of course, he won at Riverhead Raceway in the NASCAR Full Line Modified Series. Here is a pit for the lead. Donnie Leah to the inside of John Blewett. Nerf bar to nerf bar, wheel to wheel, but it looks like it's going to be horsepower that's going to, for now at least, remain in that number one position, and that is John Blewett the third. Donnie Leah right now runs second. Eddie Fletke is third. Teddy Christopher is fourth. And then in the fifth position, it is Todd Zegedy in the Haynes Missouri Sport. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, Todd Zegedy, the 2003 NASCAR Channell One Modified Series champion. He captured 4 wins this year. Of course, Todd Zegedy, very good friends with Jerry Nadeau, who runs on the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. The two of them grew up together. They actually raced karts together. And of course, Jerry Nadeau was at Richmond International Raceway last year when Todd Zegedy scored his first ever career win on the NASCAR Channell One Modified Series. And right now, Todd Zegedy being very patient here at Concord Motorsports Park as he is just riding the tire tracks of Teddy Christopher. Further on back, you got Charlie Pastriak with car number 5, who is starting to come to life with his entry. Charlie Pastriak certainly knows how to get the job done, but right now, here's Jerry Marquis with car number 3. Jerry Marquis in 2000 National Channell One Modified Series champion. And right now he is driving the Mike Bowler-owned entry. Some good racing going on from about 8 on back. The battle starting to shape up. Also moving their way to the front is car number 0 of Devin Jordan. Also in tonight's field is Carl Edwards, who runs on the NASCAR Craft Truck Series. He is in Brown Solo's other machine, which is car number 8 tonight. Here's a battle for the number 1 position once again. John Blewett to the top side. Donnie Leah has been trying that inside groove, but still to no avail until once again we'll try to the inside of Blewett. Donnie Leah, a very patient driver. He is watching every move that John Blewett III is making here this evening. And it looks like this time, once again, he'll just follow the tire tracks of car number 77. Very, very fast racetrack here at Concord Motorsports Park. Here, once again, Donnie Leah to the inside. As John Blewett III will wash up the racetrack, he'll gather back once again. Here it is, the battle for the number 1 position. Nerf bar to nerf bar, wheel to wheel. It's Donnie Leah in car number 18, and John Blewett III in the NASCAR. Now Donnie Leah spin. John Blewett will also spin. The two will go around, and we are under our second caution. So, the leader, John Blewett, and Donnie Leah go around in turn number 3, and we are under our second caution here this evening at Concord Motorsport Park. Well, we've seen many a battle between these two drivers, Eddie Flemke Jr. in car number 79 and the 13 of Ted Christopher. The green flag is waving, and we are back underway. The two will head for turn number 1. Nobody gives an inch. Flemke now is in that number 1 position, but now here's a battle for second. Todd Zegedy, the Haynes Materials Ford, is trying to work to the inside of the jig. They work into turn number 1. The 2003 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion has his Ford down to the inside. Christopher is caught up on the outside groove. Your leader is Eddie Flemke Jr. He'll work off of turn number 3. Of course, the team that Eddie Flemke Jr. drives for, that team is based right here out of North Carolina. Car number 79, Eddie Flemke Jr. and Hill Enterprise. Ron Bouchard Auto Stores entry. Here they come as they work down through the dogleg. It is Eddie Flemke Jr. Teddy Christopher runs second. Todd Zegedy is there in the 3rd position. Currently running in the 4th position. It is Jerry Marquis, Nevin George, and Fred Boydemeyer. Then Jay Hedgecock, who is a regular on the Smart Tour. He is also in the top 10 as well. Jerry Marquis was very strong in his heat race here yesterday evening. Jerry Marquis certainly having a very strong run here tonight. But right now, the two drivers that are dicey for that number 1 position, Eddie Flemke Jr. and Teddy Christopher. Of course, Teddy Christopher also a regular in the NASCAR Channel One Modified Series, as is Eddie Flemke Jr. And as I mentioned, they've had many battles over the years on the Channel One Modified Series. And it looks like they are continuing to have a battle even here at Concord Motorsport Park. Here they come off turn number 3. Eddie Flemke continues to lead Ted Christopher. Todd Zegedy, the 2003 Channel One Modified Series champion, also having a strong run. Also working their way up to the front is car number 62. Of course, that car number 62, is Jim Willis out of Fairhaven, New Jersey, the JD Racing Surfside Collision entry. The big questions anybody have for Eddie Flemke Jr. as Teddy Christopher continues to ride in the tire tracks of Flemke. It won't be long before our leader comes into some lap traffic as one car has gone around. That is car number 12 for Bo Gunning and the TS Haulers entry. Of course, Bo Gunning is a regular at the Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut. He also runs at the Thompson International Speedway as well, and he's run a limited schedule in 2003 on the NASCAR Channel One Modified Series. And Bo Gunning had to go through a consolation event to get into tonight's main event. So right now, leading this event, it is Eddie Flemke Jr. right alongside Teddy Christopher in car number 13. Then back in that second row, the 2003 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion Todd Zegedy. Right next door to him, the 2000 Pro Light Modified Series champion Jerry Marquis. Jerry Marquis starting back in the 12th position here this evening, as we are just about ready to get this one back under green. Eddie Flemke Jr., Teddy Christopher. Who will it be? Will it be the inside group or the outside group that will have the advantage? Here they come off of turn number 3. Nerf bar to Nerf bar, nobody giving it an inch. Christopher to the top side of the racetrack. Eddie Flemke Jr. down low. Nerf bar to Nerf bar, wheel to wheel. and it's going to be Flemke that will lead them back to the stripe. Now Jerry Marquis has moved into the third position. Todd Segedy is there in fourth. Now great battle for the fifth position. And in that fifth position, it is car number 0, Devin George, and it is car number 62. That is the car driven by Jim Willis. Here they come back off turn number 3, back down to the stripe. It's Eddie Flemke Jr., Teddy Christopher, Jerry Marquis, Todd Segedy, Devin George, Jim Willis. Some great racing going on from about 10th on back. Other drivers trying to work their way to the front. Jamie Tomato. But how about drivers like Tim Ayers? Also trying to work his way to the front. Well, right now, Eddie Flemke Jr. has everything going his way. So you have to wonder, is Ted Christopher, is he being impatient right now? Or is he giving it everything he's got? Here they come, off of turn number 1. They'll work through the dog leg, and that's where Ted Christopher dipped the nose of his Mystique Motorsports number 13 to the inside, thought better of it. Car number 57, having a very strong run. That is Jay Foley out of Stewart, Virginia. Right now, at the front of the field, Southern Connecticut driver Eddie Flemke Jr. Teddy Christopher continues to run second. Certainly, this is the South's biggest modified race, the North-South first annual shootout. As the stands are packed here at Concord Motorsport Park, and they are watching a great battle between Eddie Flemke Jr., their leader. Teddy Christopher runs second, Jerry Marquis is third, Todd Segedy is fourth, and Devin George is fifth, and then back there in the sixth position, it is Jim Willis. Then back in seventh, car number 2. George Brunhusel III out of Mooresville, North Carolina, in Island Construction X-Ray. I'll tell you right now, the car that seems to be the fastest is Jerry Marquis with car number 3. And the Reynolds Auto Wrecking entry. Jerry Marquis out of Broadbrook, Connecticut. Who was in 2000 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion. Actually, Jerry Marquis got his racing career started in figure 8 racing at the former Riverside Park Speedway. From there, he would move into running pro stocks and, of course, the modified race car as well. Here they come back off turn number 3. It's Eddie Flemke Jr. continuing to lead the way. Teddy Christopher second, Jerry Marquis is third, Todd Segedy is fourth, and Devin George rounds out the top 5. A little ways back in the 6th position is car number 62 for Jim Willis out of Fairhaven, New Jersey, in the JD Racing Suicide Collision X-Ray. Of course, Eddie Flemke Jr., his dad, Eddie Flemke Sr., had a lot of success running modifieds, known as one of the Eastern Bandits. And I know right now Eddie Flemke Sr. would be very, very proud of his son Eddie Flemke Jr. leading the boys here in the South. And I know he would love to give his car owner, who is based out of North Carolina, a big win here at Concord Motorsport Park. So right right now, the top 4 drivers are from Connecticut. Eddie Flemke Jr., your leader. Teddy Christopher, second. Out of Plainville, Connecticut. Jerry Markey out of Rockford, Connecticut. And Todd Segedy out of Ridgefield, Connecticut. Those are your top 4 drivers, all based out of Connecticut. Your 5th place driver, car number 0 of Devin George, he is out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, driving the Bruce George Paving entry. Further on back, Charlie Kashek, car number 5, is trying to work his way to the front. Charlie Kashek out of Lisbon, Connecticut, driving the Bill Gawley's Auto Center entry. So right now, nose to tail as they work through the dog leg. Further on back, John Blewett, the third with car number 77, is trying to work his way back up to the front. And the Mastro Batista Pontiac, as he is coming up on the Chef Malava entry, car number 17, just ahead of Blewett. Of course, John Blewett, third, finished in the top 5 in 2003 on the NASCAR Floodlight Modified Series. He scored a win at New Hampshire International Speedway during the season. Also scored a win at the Thompson International Speedway as well. As you can see, John Blewett III is marching to the front in a hurry. But the big question is, as we go back up front, and you can see Eddie Flemke Jr. continues to be the boss here at Concord Motorsports Park as he leads Ted Christopher, Jerry Markey, Todd Segedy, and Devin George. Now, our leader is starting to come into some slower traffic. Will this be a problem? Stay tuned, because it's going to get interesting here at Concord Motorsports Park as our leader now is right on the back bumper of the slower car, as Flemke will work to the outside. Teddy Christopher, who runs in second, is not letting Eddie Flemke Jr. out of his sight, as the top 5 continue to run nose to tail off of turn number 3. Now Eddie Flemke Jr. trying to put Tommy Carvino down a lap. Is Flemke now tried to work to the inside of Tommy Carvino. Now Carvino will get his machine down to the inside. Everyone now will work to the outside, as that was a close call for Eddie Flemke Jr. Teddy Christopher in the 2003 season on the NASCAR Floodlight Modified Series also finished in the top 5 in the final point standings. Picked up a win at Concord Speedway back in May. And right now, he's looking for a win here as well at Concord Motorsports Park. Eddie Flemke Jr., the Southern Connecticut driver, I'm sure would love to pick up the win here. Eddie Flemke Jr. had an up and down season on the NASCAR Floodlight Modified Series. Not picking up any wins. Had a lot, some top 5s, some top 10s. But did not get that car to victory lane in 2003. Right now, here's a bid for second. Jerry Markey with car number 3. Now takes over the second position. So let's set the field for you. Off turn number 3, Teddy Flemke Jr. the leader. Jerry Markey in second. Then it is Teddy Christopher. Todd Segedy runs 4th, and Devin George rounds out the top 5. Now, go. Here comes Jerry Marquis. We saw Teddy Christopher try the same move. He had nothing but penalty. But here comes Jerry Marquis. The 2000 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion takes over the number 1 position. Off turn number 3, back down to the stripe. It's Marquis in command. 21 second. Teddy Christopher is third. Todd Zegedy is fourth. And then George is there in the fifth position. Then Jim Willis, about 15 car lengths back, is in that sixth position. Caution on the speedway. The caution comes out for a problem here on the front straightaway. Car number 97, the front point of bar goes around. 81 laps are on the board as they come across the stripe. It is going to be Jerry Marquis. Now 82 laps are on the board. Eddie Funky Jr. 1 second. Teddy Christopher is third. Todd Zegedy is in fourth, but there's smoke coming from the Haynes Materials board. Some type of a problem on Todd Zegedy's entry. The 2003 NASCAR Pro Light Modified Series champion has a lot of smoke coming from his board. He is now off the pace. What a heartbreak situation for Todd Zegedy, who's having such a strong run here this evening. John Blue, the third, has got to be the fastest car on the speedway. You remember earlier, he was up front, he was leading. He spun along with Donnie Leah. He came down on pit road for service. He started at the rear of the field, and he is coming like gangbusters. John Blue, the third, in the Mastro Batista Pontiac. Certainly one of the fastest cars in the closing stages of this North-South shootout. Todd Zegedy's car is down on pit road as the hood is off, and there's a trouble in turn number 3. Problem in turn number 3. One car is around, and we are under caution once again. Seems like turn number 3 seems to be the spot tonight, as car number 6 will pull away under his own power. That is the car driven by Jeff Pearsall. 86 laps show on the scoreboard here at Concord Motorsport Park. And it's Jerry Marquis, your leader. Eddie Funky Jr. 1 second. Teddy Christopher is third. Nevin George is fourth. And fifth is John Blewett the third. As I mentioned, John Blewett the third has got to be the fastest race car here tonight. A little bit earlier, he had a problem as he went around in turn number 3, made the pit stop, and right now he's in fifth. Through the dog leg, Jerry Marquis is your leader. Funky under attack by the 13 of Teddy Christopher. But here comes Blewett now, trying to find a way around the 13 of Teddy Christopher. Christopher works up the hill, trying to find a way around Eddie Jr., but so far can't get the job done. Here comes John Blewett now, stepping out of line. He'll try the top side of the racetrack, thought better of it. He'll follow, in the meantime, in Teddy Christopher's tire tracks. Across the stripe, Jerry Marquis is the leader. This has got to be the biggest lead that any of the leaders have had tonight. And Jerry Marquis is just walking away from our second place driver, Eddie Funky Jr. Teddy Christopher continues to run there in third. John Blewett in third is fourth, and then in fifth it is car number 0 of Nevin George. And I'll tell you, that battle for second is going to get interesting because you got Teddy Christopher, who's in third. Trouble now on Teddy Christopher's machine. He slipped up the hill in turn number 3. That opened up the door for John Blewett. So put John Blewett to third, in third, and now he is going to work on Eddie Funky Jr. We are starting to close in on the finish here of the North-South Shootout here at Concord Motorsport Park. Funky continues to run in second, but John Blewett III trying to find a way around Eddie Funky Jr. because if he gets by Funky and he can track down our leader, which is Jerry Markey, I think he may have something for him. Here's the battle for the second position in the dogleg. John Blewett III going for second. They're nerf bar to nerf bar. Funky now gets a little bit twitchy in turn number 3. That opens up the door for Blewett. Now, in the closing stages here in this north-south shootout, can John Blewett III come back from a spin earlier tonight to take down the win? He certainly is the fastest car in these closing stages. One car is off the pace up in turn number 1, and that may bring out a caution. One car off the pace, and this could be the break that John Blewett III needed, as one car has come to rest up against the outside retaining wall right below the scoreboard. The South's biggest modified race is about to get bigger here at Concord Motorsport Park as 97 laps show on the scoreboard. Jerry Markey is your leader. John Blewett III, he runs there in the second position. Earlier tonight, he was up front. He and Donnie Lea would spin off of turn number 3. Blewett made a pit stop and has worked his way from the rear of the field. It's going to get interesting here as the green flag goes back up in the air as Jerry Markey will lead him down. There's trouble right here on the front straightaway as about 6 cars have come together. Car number 57 to 17. Everybody looks like they will be able to pull away under their own power. Also in the mix, it appears to be car number 62 of Jim Willis, who is having a very, very strong run here tonight. 98 laps are on the board. Hold on to your seats, because this one is going to get good here at Concord Motorsports Park. Jerry Markey in car number 3, the 2000 NASCAR Feldlite Modified Series champion, is the leader. John Blewett III is in second. Eddie Funky Jr. is third. Teddy Christopher is fourth. And L.W. Miller, the first South driver, is there in the 5th position. Here they come now off of turn number 3 to get the green flag to put this one into the record book. The green goes into the air as they'll set sail for turn number 1. Markey will lead him through the dogleg. John Blewett III is right there on the back bumper. When will he make his move? Time is running out. Here they come off of turn number 3. The white flag is in the air. Where will he make his move? Trouble now. Up in turn number 3 as 3 cars go around. Here they come back to the white flag and the yellow. Here they come. Dead even at the line. Well, I'll tell you, it was certainly a shootout here at Concord Motorsports Park for the first annual shootout. Well, when it was all said and done, there was a problem in turn number 3 coming down to the stripe. John Blewett III is your winner for the first annual North-South Shootout here at Concord Motorsports Park. What an unbelievable race it was tonight. The fans certainly got their money's worth.
Wild finish, wild race here at Concord Motorsport Park. First annual North-South Shootout. Eddie Funky's car gonna go off on the hook of the 79.
Well, Kyle, there he is. The car winning the race in the last turn of the last lap. John Blewett III gets it done here tonight at Concord. John, on behalf
I tell you, we came here to win. Beginning of the race, when I knew we weren't going to have a pit stop, I was trying to save my tires and try to go to the end without pitting. And Donnie Lee, he wanted to run a little harder. I left the door open, he got in there, I tried to run him hard in the corner. We both, I think, went in that corner over our heads.
Wow, we're going to come down that spot.
You know, we need to come in and pit it. The guys did a great job on the pit stop, and we came through, and I tell you, we were in trouble. You know, Jerry had checked out, and I pretty much settled for a second, but we got that last caution. I seen there was a little plug in, and one I was going to try to get under him. But when we come around here, I knew we had taken the checker, the white, and I knew it was raced back to the checker. He left a little hole, I think he threw a caution, and I snuck it right in there, and we raced to the line.
That's what I was about to ask you. Did you think that Jerry Marquis thought there was a caution out there? You saw up in the top of the turn. Was it that, did Jerry live for a minute and that's what gave you the advantage?
I don't know what it was, but the good Lord was with us tonight. We missed a lot of reps, and we were in all the right places at all the right time. And you know, I can't thank enough to the guys and everybody who put this whole race together. You know, I hope this is something that we can come down and do yearly. You know, Charles and all his guys, all the Smart Tour officials, all the guys that came from up north down here, yourself, the rest of the announcers, everybody. Just a great job, a great race. You know, a nice thing to be able to come down and do at the end of the season.
Thing I gotta ask you, that last pit stop, actually I should say the first pit stop that you made, Jerry stayed out, you came in, you got tires. Do you think having those fresher tires helped you win it?
Oh, it definitely helped us. I don't know if it made us any faster than he was. He was in pretty good shape. We just, you know, I was pumped up coming back through there, and I needed a shot. That caution over there, that accident, gave me the shot that I needed. I don't know that I could have passed them one-on-one. You know, it's a tough place to pass here, and they had a good car.
Sounds like you made some new that last move. Every feet, you really had the crowd excited.
I'd just like to thank everybody who came out here tonight. I hope next year that this is twice as big as it was this year.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's winner of the inaugural North-South Shootout, John Blewett III.
Well, certainly has been interesting here tonight at Concord Motorsports Park. For Doug Smith, Derek Perniciglio, Kyle Rickey, I'm Gary Danko. So long from Concord Motorsports Park in Concord, North Carolina.
A tribute to the Westboro Speedway. Journey back through time with photos, films, and videos. Experience the cars, the stars, the way it was. Through the 50s to the 80s at the High Bank Quarter Mile Speedway. Plus, a look at the 2001 Westboro Speedway reunion. Order now by calling 888-RACE-VIDEO or 603-679-6796. Now you can own a part of racing history. Stars of the Winston Cup Series compete on a local short track. Not just an exhibition, but real wheel-to-wheel, no-holds-barred racing. Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Morgan Shepherd, Ernie Irvin, Jeffrey Bodine, Davey Allison, and many more, racing pro stocks against local drivers. To order your VHS copy in hi-fi stereo sound, call toll-free 888-RACE-VIDEO. That's 888-RACE-VIDEO.